Chapter number 10. Political Formations during the 18th Century. In 1707, the Mughal Emperor Aurangzeb died at the age of 88 years. His successors were known as the later Mughals. In the year 1707, Aurangzeb's son Bahadur Shah came to the throne. He ruled from 1707 to 1712. Bahadur Shah tried to iron out differences to win over the Rajputs, the Marathas and the Sikhs. In 1712, Bahadur Shah was succeeded by Jahandar Shah. Jahandar Shah ruled for a few months only. He was a puppet in the hands of Zulfikar Khan, a powerful noble. This phase is marked by the rise of two brothers popularly called the Sayyid brothers. One was Sayyid Hussain Ali, the Mir Bakshi, and the other was Sayyid Abdullah, the Wazir. They had the power to remove an emperor and place another one on the throne. This earned them the title of kingmakers. They removed Jahandar Shah from the throne and made Farrukhsiyar the next Mughal ruler. Farrukhsiyar was incapable and weak. In 1719, the Sayyid brothers killed Farrukhsiyar. Now Muhammad Shah ascended the throne as the Mughal ruler. The king was incompetent and failed to control the provinces. The power of the Mughal emperor had declined, and independent kingdoms were established in different areas. The invasions of Nadir Shah in 1739 and Ahmad Shah Abdali in 1761 shook the Mughal Empire. It could not become stable again. Independent kingdoms on the remains of the Mughals. The Mughal Empire was in ruins. Many regional kingdoms rose which were under the Mughals. The governors who had served the Mughals broke free and became independent units. The three largest provinces to become independent were Awadh, Bengal and Hyderabad. Awadh. In 1722, the Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah appointed Sadat Khan as the governor of Awadh. He suppressed the zamindars who did not pay revenue. Next, he streamlined the revenue system. Sadat Khan was succeeded by his son-in-law Safdar Jung. In 1754, Safdar Jung died and was succeeded by his son. The rulers of Awadh improved the financial condition of the government. They had an efficient and organized army. They developed Lucknow as a major center of culture and art and also as the capital of Awadh. Wonderful to know. The Bara Imam Bara at Lucknow was built by Nawab Asaf ud Daula in 1784 under a food for work program. Since famines were common at that time, the Nawab devised a novel way of providing food. Those who worked at the construction site were given food. Bengal. Bengal gradually broke away from the Mughal control under Murshid Quli Khan, who was appointed as the governor of the province. He seized all the powers. He commanded the revenue administration of the state. He brought about changes and ordered major resettlements of the revenues of Bengal. He was succeeded by Sujauddin in 1724, who ruled till 1739. After him, Alivardi Khan and then Sirajud-Daulah became the rulers of Bengal. The rulers of Bengal looked after the administration as well as agriculture, industry and trade. Bengal became quite prosperous. The English were attracted to it. The Battle of Plassey, 1757, and the Battle of Buxar, 1764, established British control over Bengal. Hyderabad. Nizamul Mulk Asaf Jah was the founder of the Hyderabad state. He was the noble of the Mughal Empire and served as the governor of the Deccan. He gathered power in his hands and established his control and became the actual ruler of that region. Asaf Jah was an intelligent man and skillfully ruled the state independently without declaring his independence. He brought skilled soldiers and administrators from northern India, who welcomed the new opportunity in the south. He appointed mansabdars and granted jagirs. The Mughal Emperor Muhammad Shah was so weak that he couldn't control the Nizam. The Rajputs. Rajput kingdoms of Amber and Jodhpur had served with great loyalty under the Mughals. During the reign of Aurangzeb, Rajputs revolted for many reasons. By the 18th century, these rulers had become independent of Mughal authority. In 1722, Savai Raja Jai Singh was given Subedari of Agra. He founded the new capital at Jaipur, the Pink City. The Rajput power declined because of infights and disunity. The Marathas' rise to power gave a final blow to the Rajputs. The Sikhs. The Sikhs of Punjab rose to power and became an organized political community under the Sikh Gurus. Tegh Bahadur, the ninth Guru, raised his voice against Aurangzeb. He was imprisoned and beheaded. Tegh Bahadur was succeeded by Guru Gobind Singh, who was the last Sikh Guru. He started the Khalsa, meaning the pure movement, to fight the Mughals. Guru Gobind Singh asked all Sikh men to wear 5 sacred symbols. These were Kesha or hair. Hair was not to be cut or removed, as hair is a symbol of spirituality and signified surrender to the will of God. Kangha or comb. A comb signifies cleanliness of the mind by cleansing out bad thoughts from our mind. Kada or bracelet. It was worn in the hand. It was a reminder to stop an act that was wrong. Kacha or underwear. It was a symbol of high moral character. Kripan or dagger. Its use was to defend and uphold the truth. Guru Gobind Singh died in 1708. His disciple Banda Bahadur fought against the Mughals for 7 years but was killed in 1715. The Sikhs in the 18th century organized themselves into different bands by the names of Jathas and later were also known as Misls. In the end of the 18th century, Maharaja Ranjit Singh of the Suker Chakya Misl brought the whole area of the west of the river Satluj under his control. Like this, a Sikh kingdom was established with the capital at Lahore in 1799. Rise of Mysore. Hyder Ali became the ruler of Mysore from 1760 to 1782. He was a great administrator and excelled warrior. In the First Anglo-Mysore War, that is from 1767 to 69, Hyder Ali defeated the English. He went up to Madras and gave a tough fight to the British. During the Second Anglo-Mysore War, that is from 1780 to 84, he proved his mettle. But unfortunately, Hyder Ali died in 1782 during the war. Hyder's son Tipu Sultan succeeded him in 1782. He was also an able ruler. Trade and industry were encouraged and farmers were well looked after. Historians from different countries described his state as prosperous, where development of cities and towns took place. Wonderful to know, Tipu Sultan developed trade relations with France, Turkey, Iran, China, Russia, and Arabia. He corresponded both the Napoleon and George Washington. He had a scientific bent of mind and applied it to design model of ships. He also got 2 dockyards constructed. The Marathas. In the 17th century, the Marathas, who were chieftains, came to power. Marathas served in the kingdom of Ahmednagar, Bijapur and Golconda. When these kingdoms crumbled, the Marathas declared their independence. There was also a regional kingdom that was opposed to the Mughals. Shivaji. Shivaji was a brilliant soldier and leader. He is known in history for the art of guerrilla warfare. His rule gave stability with the support of powerful warrior families, that is, Deshmukhs. Groups of highly mobile peasant pastoralists, that is Kunbis, provided the backbone of the Maratha army. Shivaji organized and used these forces to challenge the Mughals. War with Bijapur. The king of Bijapur sent an army under Afzal Khan to crush the rising power of Shivaji. Shivaji killed Afzal Khan and defeated the forces of Bijapur. War with Aurangzeb. Shivaji's rise was like an eyesore for Aurangzeb. In 1663, he sent Shaista Khan to capture him. Shivaji wounded Shaista Khan in his own camp at night. He even defeated the Mughal army. Next, Raja Jai Singh was sent by Aurangzeb to crush Shivaji. The fort of Purandhar was seized and Shivaji had to sign the Treaty of Purandhar. As per the treaty, Shivaji accepted Aurangzeb as his overlord and agreed to pay a tribute to him. He also agreed to meet Aurangzeb in his court and surrendered many forts to him. Aurangzeb did not treat Shivaji well and shocked him by putting him under house arrest. Shivaji escaped the house arrest. In 1670, Shivaji rose against the Mughals again. He raided Surat and captured a lot of booty. He also recaptured many forts he had surrendered as per the Treaty of Purandhar. Administration under Shivaji. Shivaji was a successful administrator. His council of 8 ministers, called the Ashtapradhan, counselled him on all important matters. The council consisted of the following ministers: Peshwa, head of the council and administration in charge; Senapati, Army's commander-in-chief; Nyayadhish, in charge of justice; Majumdar or Amatya, in charge of finance; Pant Sachiv, general secretary; Sumant, foreign affairs; Mantri, head of intelligence; Dandadhyaksha, in charge of religious matters. Revenue. The main source of income was land revenue. It was fixed through assessment. The state's share was fixed at 2/5 of the produce. Two kinds of taxes were levied on the areas not directly under the Maratha rule. Chauth. 1/4 of the total land revenue was collected as tax in return for not plundering their area. Sardeshmukhi. 1/10 of the total land revenue was paid as tributary tax to the Sardeshmukh or the Maratha chief. Administration of army. Shivaji's army was well trained and disciplined. It was divided into the infantry and the cavalry. He also constructed strong forts which were guarded by special officers. In 1674, Shivaji crowned himself king and assumed the title of Chhatrapati. He died in 1680. After Shivaji's death, a family of Chitpavan Brahmanas served Shivaji's successor as Peshwa or principal minister. Marathas had an organized military under the Peshwas. The Peshwas. The Peshwas controlled the Maratha power from 1713 to 1761. Balaji Vishwanath, 1713 to 1720. Balaji Vishwanath took advantage of Mughal Emperor Farrukhsiyar's weaknesses and forced him to return all the Maratha territories. Baji Rao, 1720 to 1740. Baji Rao conquered Malwa, southern Gujarat and parts of Bundelkhand. He even defeated the Nizam of Hyderabad and got the right to collect taxes from some parts of the Deccan. He also took control of Selset and Bessin from the Portuguese. He won the title of Fighting Peshwa. Balaji Baji Rao, 1740 to 1761. Balaji Baji Rao was the next Peshwa. He became the head of the Marathas in 1749. He shifted the capital from Satara to Pune. His army reached as far as Punjab and Rajasthan in the north and Bengal and Odisha in east. Mysore and Hyderabad were forced to hand over territories and even pay tribute. Under Balaji Baji Rao, the Maratha power was the greatest. In 1753, the Marathas captured Delhi. In 1758, they seized Punjab from Abdali. Third Battle of Panipat. The Third Battle of Panipat shook the Marathas. In 1761, a fierce battle was fought between Ahmad Shah Abdali and the Marathas. In this Third Battle of Panipat, Ahmad Shah Abdali defeated the Marathas. This was like a blow to their power and prestige. Balaji Baji Rao died due to this shock in 1761. In other parts of the world during that time, until the late 18th century in the Western world, the aristocrats enjoyed social and political privileges. The American and French revolutions, that is from 1776 to 1781, challenged the social and political privileges enjoyed by the aristocrats. The French Revolution was the revolution of the middle classes, peasants and artisans. They fought against the special rights reserved and enjoyed by the clergy and nobility. The philosophers of the French Revolution supported equal laws and opportunities for all. They also held that the authority of the government should come from the people. The people should also enjoy the right to participate in its affairs. These movements gradually transformed subjects into citizens. In India, these ideas of citizenship, nation-state and democratic rights took root from the late 19th century.